Ben O'Connor may be seen as one of the peloton's most promising riders, but not many knew about his GC potential before last year's Giro d'Italia. Having begun the race riding in support of Dimension Data teammate Louis Meintjes, the 23-year-old Australian would go on to prove a veritable breakout star at the race.
Last year I was expecting to help Louis and to try and be there in the last week in the big mountains. So for what then happened, for me to actually be kind of in contention following the front group, I thought maybe I'd have to work and be part of it, but then to actually just kind of be actually in it, just in general, is kind of special. It's hard to describe. I mean, I knew I was really in shape and really fit, I guess, but I didn't think it would last. I thought it would end in me exploding one day, but in the end I was just still there consistently day in, day out.
Well, I must admit I am so impressed by O'Connor. He took his first win as a pro at the Tour of the Alps, but the way he's been riding so consistently, still sitting at the back of this elite group.
There was Dumoulin, there was Pinot, they were there. I was like 20 seconds behind them or whatever it is. So I think it was more, I just took a day by day thing. And I know it's such a cliche thing to say, but at that point it really was, because what can you expect when you've never done a Grand Tour before, or even kind of been in the front group of big mountain stages?
We didn't know what exactly expect, what he will be able, because at 3 weeks racing a Grand Tour, you never know until you're not there what a bike rider is capable to. You know, some guys have big qualities, but for any reason the 3rd week they struggle, and other guys who you never know if they will be good or not, then suddenly they're really good up in the 3rd week. So, and that was the nice thing about Ben. He was doing really good in the beginning, but he kept his level during the 3 weeks of the race, and even I will say he was even getting a bit better coming to the last days.
Maybe that was why I had my demise in the end, because I wanted to, maybe I got greedy, I wanted a little bit more, and maybe that's what caused the crash.
With 35 kilometers left of stage 19, O'Connor's Giro would come to a heartbreaking end.
There'd been people, my competitors, that had been dropped, and I was already in the top 10. But I was trying to get more. So in the end, it was my own fault.
We've got news that Ben O'Connor has abandoned the Giro d'Italia. That is such a shame.
When we come out of that corner with the car and we saw him on the ground, we could not believe it. You know, and straight the way he was standing up from the ground, you could see it was real damage, and he will not be able to jump on the bike anymore.
It was a devastating blow for O'Connor, but now back at the Giro for 2019, the Dimension Data rider is determined to make amends.
I already knew I was going to go back, like pretty much as soon as it had ended. I was like, no, I will be back there very soon. I loved not every moment, but most of the moments of last year. So I knew I'd be back here again this year to try and do the same thing. Whether I can, at the time, yeah, of course I believed it. But yeah, this year's not been so smooth in the run-in, and I mean, but in all honesty, it doesn't actually matter, because if you do well here in the Giro, this is what you aim for and you kind of dream of. And it doesn't matter what you do the rest of the year, because this is your goal. And if you succeed, then your year's like a success.